And we last left the party when they heard the scream of a woman late at night. They went to investigate and they found her husband ripped to shreds, dead in the pantry. After further investigation, y'all talked and getting ready to go back to the bedroom. Captain Alec states, I'm sorry, madame, but you won't be alone tonight. I'll leave Aldon, my first mate, to look after you. You'll be safe. Do not worry. Captain Alec turns to the party. Let's be gone. We have lots of investigating to do in the morning.
Has this beast not struck twice in the same night?
Not that I know of.
Hopefully it is then sated.
Mm-hmm.
I don't like this.
Me neither, but it seems that there's little to be done for this man tonight. The only thing we can hope to do is prevent more bloodshed.
Fuck this fucking weather, man.
Mm-hmm.
You go back to the hotel room.
That wasn't very historical lingo.
That's because we're translating, that's all.
Yeah.
Honestly,
That's the
yeah.
spirit of what she said. Back in, the 1800s.
1800s Norse.
Mm-hmm.
Swedish horse. God, I'm stupid.
Eh.
I am today.
That time of night. Back to the hotel, yeah.
You go back to the hotel room, and Jorgen and Father go back to their room. Elizabeth and Petra go back to their room. And we say you sleep through the night with no events. Although in a dream you thought you heard a woman scream, but you weren't sure, and you probably were just dreaming. And now it is dawn, and you all awake. What do you want to do?
Okay. We talked about this a little bit last time. Do we want to try and push and root through people's belongings to find if someone has that like gray cloak that the woman mentioned the figure had?
Or the fur. We were able to recover the fur.
Mm-hmm.
That's right. Yeah, we do have a sample of the fur. So if there's any of that in anybody's room, it would look pretty suspicious.
Like
How
a
many
cat.
people live in this village, though? Sorry, did not mean to talk over you.
No, don't worry about that. I was not trying to be loud.
What did I say last time? I forgot.
I think it was 400.
Okay,
That sounds familiar.
400 then.
Oof.
Yes.
It is quite a
In
few.
terms of just going at random, it's a lot to look through. But, I mean, these murders only started happening after Captain Alec and his men came to the village.
True.
His merry
So
men.
either they angered something, or
They brought
they
something?
have some sort of nature that we are as of yet unaware of. I think either way, they kind of are the key to all of this.
Well, sure.
It do seem like the place to begin.
Mm-hmm.
We'll rifle through their shit.
Do we happen to have a list of other victims that we can check out their houses? I don't know if that's actually built into the campaign or not, but
We could potentially ask them for a list. I'm not
Right.
sure.
I'm
how
curious if
it's-
there is. Was this house selected on purpose, or
if there's
was
any
it at
pattern.
random? Yes.
It seems a logical distraction, too, to give while someone is, rifling through their things. Some of
This
you
is
will
reasonable.
speak regarding potential patterns to the murders while the other slips in.
I will say the fact that we did suggest patrols today / tonight does mean that people won't be in their rooms while they are patrolling.
This is good point.
So Captain Alex seemed rather taken with the idea.
I think it might be prudent that one of us accompanies patrol.
Potentially. I think we could
So-
work that out.
So perhaps some of us go on patrol and the other ones root around their things. And the ones on patrol question them about anything suspicious regarding their arrival or the victims or whatever.
Mm-hmm. Certainly.
Perhaps a good potpourri dealer.
Perhaps. Yes, I certainly think that Jorgen would be best suited remaining here in case his skills with lock picking are necessary.
Jorgen is very good at staying behind.
I'm happy to hear that. It bodes well for this particular endeavor. Yeah, if I think maybe going down and talking to Captain Alec and his men and seeing how they plan to spend their day might be a good idea.
A gray cloak may be a common item, but it may give us a lead. The hair may be our best clue to follow.
I think that you're probably right.
May I see the hair? May I inspect it?
I think it was Jorgen who found it.
Jorgen's like, oh, but of course, he's very long.
Gonna hold on to it and inspect it for a bit there.
Yeah, maybe make sure it doesn't end up in his mouth at some point.
Jorgen was just testing the sand.
Of course.
An hour later, he coughs up a hairball.
Oh, Lord almighty.
You come into the room and Jorgen's like arched like a cat on the bed, like that.
Jorgen, do you still have that hair? Oh, just a second.
Coming back up right now, yeah.
Yeah.
Jesus Christ, y'all.
One important thing to consider with the gray cloak, if the beast never took it off, it should be covered with blood, and that does not rinse out easily.
Very true.
That is a fair point, yeah.
It may be something to look for someone who does not have a cloak.
Possibly. Right now, though, I think it's one of the only leads we have. I mean, I will say as well, the footsteps we saw when we first got outside last night led from the inn to that household and seemed to change from human to wolf as they did so. So either someone was here who shouldn't have been, or someone came, from the building in terms of they were already here. I don't think it would be a bad idea to look into all of the residents here, everyone who was sleeping here last night, before we broaden our search.
I think it was just us and the militia.
And the
The
innkeeper.
innkeeper.
Ah, yes, and the innkeeper.
Yeah. Well, all right. We get into it then. We can ask for a list of victims potentially, and maybe to be shown their houses.
Ace, or if there was any kind of commonality between them.
Yeah. Okay.
Well, you head down to meet, to start the investigation. I just require a few moments of prayer in the room alone, if you don't mind.
Of course, Father.
Okay.
That's not suspicious in the slightest, but I'm going to choose to ignore it.
Yeah, Jorgen,
Silent prayer time.
Jorgen goes to leave, and then he turns, like, halfway out the door, he turns around and, like, scuttles back and, like, opens up a drawer and, like, pulls out, like, 4 things that you can tell are, like, things he's, like, nicked from random places you guys have been in the last however many days, and, like, stuffs them in, like, a random jacket pocket and then shuts it.
A lampshade?
No.
Father Ulrich threw away the
puts it on his
lampshade.
head.
He was
Yeah.
so
We
disappointed.
put the lampshade back.
So, such
There's a
disappointment.
lampshade size hole in his bag where his heart should
Yeah.
be.
I told you stop lampshading.
It's an icebox. Yeah, he knows that Father Ulrich might return his things, so he has to collect his stolen items, and then he nods and walks out of the room.
Okay. All right. Yeah. Like, I assume we were doing this in the boys' room, so.
When everyone's left the room, I'm gonna lock the door and I'm gonna use my new talent.
Ooh.
You're both got your own rooms, so you're gonna lock both
No,
doors.
Father
No,
and I
just the-
shared a room.
Yeah, just So once he's alone, he's gonna lock the door and then
Okay.
use his talents.
What's that do?
I was gonna make it part of my new secret, but it doesn't have to be just be secret in character, right?
Okay.
But he's gonna take some of the hair that he's holding, and he's going to sit down and pull out his writing utensils, his papers, and his ink, and he starts muttering a prayer, but kind of falls into a trance. And he's gonna do some automatic writing.
Ooh.
Mm.
That's cool.
Creepy.
So what do? I roll inspiration to gain clues. Game Master provides more or less vague clues, predictions about the future, or momentary insights on thoughts and experience of your enemy. Extra success to reveal more clues. On failure, the Game Master decides whether you suffer condition, become possessed, or undergo a personality change. You can decide what kind that lasts for 1d6 hours.
Love that.
This is way worse
So
than
let's
like
see.
analysis and alien just becoming a minor inconvenience.
Yeah.
This is deeply upsetting. Also, I was at one point looking at doing author or whatever, and read that trait and was immediately like, "Ooh,
That's very good.
it's so fun."
Love it.
Inspiration, right? Yeah.
Mhm.
I fear for your sanity.
So you got one clue.
I got one.
Oh, thank fuck. Okay.
I was gonna say I tabbed over and I was like, is he gonna do this as a like private role or something?
Yeah,
Are we
oh, I
gonna
should have thought
know?
about that. That
Are
would
we
have been
gonna
fun.
leave him
I
in
would've-
the room as Father Ulrich and then he undergoes a personality change and comes down to breakfast as Daddy Ulrich?
No.
Yeah, he comes down in all leather.
That was genuinely my thought process. I don't know what to tell you.
Okay, you start
Athena, I thought my
you start shaking as you concentrate. Then a look of fear starts to come across your face as you see this horror. You see this hairy beast with fangs and a snarl. It snarls at you. And then you see a look of horror on its face as a glint shines and sparkles off your silver cross. Then you wake up.
knew it. I fucking knew it.
Ah,
We should buy some silver shit.
But you don't have a
Yeah,
silver
you don't know
cross. You have a gold cross.
hmm.
Can we swipe silverware from the kitchen? Is it silver?
In a
Or is
fancy
it
enough
pewter?
establishment. Probably not in this kind of dumpy place.
Yeah, I was gonna say at this point in time, anything that is called silverware would be silver, but there would be utensils other than that as well, yeah. Pewter and stuff, so it would depend.
Damn.
I'll wipe the sweat from my brow and say a prayer for myself, and then head down to meet the group.
Love that.
You need it. That could have been
It-
bad.
Yeah.
That was 1-6.
You know,
Awesome.
Mm-hmm.
Big fan.
I would push for sure.
That is worth the condition.
Mhm.
But you only
Oof.
get a condition if you fail. Yeah.
If I push though.
If you
Take one.
push your
Oh,
roll,
yeah.
you take a, yeah, in whatever trait.
Okay. So, and you left Jorgen in the room.
No, I got kicked out of the room.
We
So
dragged
we could do this.
Jorgen downstairs to breakfast with us, I
Mhm.
think.
Okay. I thought
That
you were
makes
just
sense.
talking about what you wanted to do. Okay. So you're
So he's done that privately. Yeah.
You're
Mhm.
downstairs having breakfast.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. And father comes down, and what do y'all want to do?
Looking a bit nervous.
Well, if I forget his name, but if the innkeeper is up, I'll inquire with him about if he has seen either the captain or his 2 men this morning.
Dante is not there.
Oh.
Let's get rid of everybody here.
The innkeeper is not there.
No, you're being served breakfast. By his assistant. Yeah.
Mm.
Okay.
I don't have a
Interesting.
token for him, but I'll just put farmer out there. There we go.
If we wanted to leave a note for Dante, where is his writing desk or something that I can place a card for him? That
Oh.
Jorgen can place a card
Oh,
for him.
right here. Or just hand it to me. I'll make sure he gets it. He'll be here around sunset, usually.
Oh, he's not here during the day?
Not today. He's across town fortifying his parents' house. You know, with the murders and all.
Oh,
Right.
that is
Mm.
very thoughtful of him.
Mhm.
And then I just like awkwardly stare.
Does the rest of the village know of the latest misfortune? Are
Pardon
many
me?
in this state of worry? Are many in this state of worry? Does the whole town know about the latest misfortune?
You're talking about Elaine's husband?
Yes.
Mhm.
Bruno.
No, probably not. But they will not be surprised either.
Mm.
How is Elaine anyway?
She
He was
was
holding
quite
up.
rattled. Yeah. As best as can be expected, honestly. Mhm. I think we're all eager to figure out a solution to this. Speaking of, I don't suppose you've seen Captain Alec or his men this morning yet?
You hear the door open as you speak his name, and he walks through with his second mate, Raywood. Oh, I see you guys are early risers. Very good, very good. I like that in a soldier. I think we should check on Eldon and Elaine. Maybe question her further.
I think maybe after she's had some rest and a little time to process, that might be useful. We were also going to ask after a list of the other victims and any details of their lives or characteristics and where they lived. Anything to try to tie things together.
Well, I wouldn't know much about them. They were carted off to town just before you came. About their families and that. Nah, we're new to the town too. So, can't help you out now.
All right. Well, shall we continue then to see Elaine?
She is well enough to take visitors, so we should.
Yes.
Okay.
Well, it's still fresh in her memory.
Before we leave, I'll ask the server: is there a jeweler in the town?
Jewelry. Yeah. There's a man who sells antiques. Not too far, just down the main street, about a couple blocks.
Thank you. I tip him a small coin with all my fat resources.
I love that you're still the richest of all of us and you're a fucking priest.
It checks out.
Which is supposed
Yeah.
to be like into, I don't know, maybe not full like asceticism, but like, God.
Maybe in my younger
Modesty is
years.
the right word?
It was the 1800s. The
Oh,
church had resources.
That's true. I don't remember. Yeah. Yeah.
Before, or maybe as everyone is getting ready to head out, and there's kind of commotion, and the server is kind of cleaning the table and taking stuff back, Jorgen would like to slip over to that there writing desk with like a piece of paper as if he's leaving a note, and give it a real quick rifle. See if he can find anything interesting kind of set out or stray. I know I don't have enough time to like really get in there, but
Okay,
See if you can catch a glimpse of the caper, you know.
that would be
perhaps a fur caught in a crevice somewhere.
give me a
Crap.
investigation roll.
Not my strong suit.
I
Just
guess that's-
kidding.
Yo!
Well,
Jorgen
Didn't you roll
Jorgen
two
is the
success on a
fucking
3?
MVP of this
yesterday?
game.
My God.
Jesus
Okay.
Christ.
Love
It's
it.
a potpourri. Maybe he's born with it. Maybe it's potpourri.
yeah, but it's kind of a waste because you basically find just a table of and dates of different guests that came to visit the town.
Oh,
And
okay.
there's very many days between guests, especially lately in the winter months.
It's not much, but I want to take a note of like, I don't know, the last 2 prior to us, maybe 3 dates, with the goal of talking about it potentially with townsfolk to see if that lines up with any previous
But
bestial attacks or anything like that.
you don't find anything in that regard, but for your extra
okay.
success, you find a drop of blood on
Ooh,
the 3rd page.
interesting. Okay. Interesting.
Maybe he just got a paper cut.
There are plenty of possibilities here. Okay. You know what? Jorgen's gonna look left and right, and with that drop of blood, I'm going to pocket the book. Like to swipe that bad boy just to see how that goes.
And as you pick up the
Mhm.
book, you notice that the drop of blood is on the side of the binding where the pages
Ooh.
are.
Okay.
And
Yeah.
that must have seeped into the page.
Interesting. Okay, so that could easily be a paper cut. Could not. All right, all right. Still interested. Jorgen will set it down and instead swipe like a pen, just because. And mental note: Jorgen will not forget this.
Jorgen has like a photographic memory or something like that, or like near perfect recall when he wants to.
We can say when he wants to.
The deal
That
is
a component
Jorgen's
here.
whims are everywhere.
Yeah, Jorgen's whims are everywhere. That is an apt description of Jorgen Mathiasen.
You could say that he's just a whim away. A whim away, a whim away, a whim away.
Athena.
That's good. That's good.
Man.
Oh,
Athena.
What?
very good.
Thank you.
Jorgen
4
scampers
years.
out.
Oh, yep. Just a scampering little guy.
Just scampering.
He do be scampering.
Captain
though.
Mhm.
Alec
Mm.
states, for all you gain getting up early, you lose by just yapping.
We are a talkative bunch.
It's called investigating. You wouldn't understand. We're.
Yeah.
No, I'm not going to finish that sentence.
There
Well.
are few other ways to gather evidence than talking to witnesses.
Hmm.
Jorgen likes
Like
to
what
hear
we're about to
himself
do
talk.
right now. As we go across the street, you know?
Mhm.
Okay, let's go. Enough of this chatter.
Fine, then. Let us away.
Okay, so
Pointedly rolling my eyes.
you open up the door and it blows open. And it's like you see just a white out of snow, constant snow. Captain says, looks like we ain't getting out of here for a while. As you trot to the house.
Oh, I thought you meant it was like blizzarding, but no, it's just there's just so much snow everywhere. It's just thick.
It's actually a good qualifying question. Is it that it's just that snow covered, or is it truly whiteout conditions where like we can hardly see in front of our faces?
Blustering.
God, that would be so much scarier.
Oh, it's hard to see.
It is
It's really bad.
Okay, it is like legit whiteout. That is very
Is it
scary.
blustery, snowy then?
It would have to be, right, for a whiteout?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
It's like wind whipping. I mean, the door blew open, right? So
Yeah.
the wind is like, yeah, this is like cover your face to go outside weather.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Well, you ended up making
Yay!
it back, right?
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
And you see
Oh.
Eldon.
That's
Yeah.
unfortunate.
I'm sorry. She's dead.
I'm sorry?
Yeah.
How did this happen?
Ow.
I was
I
sleeping.
think
I was sleeping. I heard her scream. I went to her and she was dead. Big
Wasn't the one
bullshit.
thing you were supposed to do is not sleep?
Well,
Woman's blood is on your hands.
I think Lisbeth immediately runs over and starts to determine cause of
Mm.
death, if possible, and just double checks like heart rate, pulse, and yeah, starts to.
Well, she has no heart rate. She's dead.
I
You don't know
double
that?
check. I
yeah.
said double
Okay.
check.
Okay. It hit me as soon as I said that. I'm sorry. Sometimes
Okay.
Epsilon is.
He's not
very
a medical
tired.
professional. You think I trust him?
Roll medical.
Understandable.
Mm-hmm. Can do. Yeah. This better work.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's an easy game. It seems like.
You guys just love us.
We're just lucky,
So
man.
fortunate.
Where was the shit when Mallory was trying not to lose an arm?
Just
be
wait, you'll lose
fair-
your arm.
My
Okay.
cause of death roll last time failed, so.
Okay, you look
It's
at
all-
her and she looks like she died of fright. She's got a horror look on her face. And you can't find any other signs of anything.
This really is the 1800s.
We think that she died from fright. Well, that means at least she saw something, so that's good. That is good. After we look through the area, I have been experimenting with doing a seance where we could potentially speak to the dead, so perhaps she saw something useful.
I'm not letting the asshole. What the fuck's his name? Eldon? I'm not letting that man out of my sight.
I do want to ask Eldon, like, did he touch or move the body at all? Or is it, like, when we walked in and saw her, presumably, like, I don't know, lying on the bed or something, like, was that the position she was in?
Yes, I went up to her. I checked her pulse, her breathing,
Mm-hmm.
and said a little prayer. And I went back to bed.
Love that.
You're
did not
sleeping in
think to notify your superior that your charge had died?
Well,
What?
it's kind of late. Didn't want to wake you up. The damage
kind
is
of
already done.
Shitty. What kind of fucked up, incompetent officer do you think you are?
I'm gonna let Petra take the words from my mouth on this one.
Captain,
Um,
you gonna let her talk to me like that? Yes.
I think he is, because I'm correct.
Have some respect, Petra. He's doing his
No!
job. There's nothing he could have done.
He could have fucking done his job. If he had been watching, perhaps this woman wouldn't have seen whatever frightened her so. I don't think you get to tell me how to speak.
I think
Petra.
that it's.
Is there anything you can tell about the area? Is anyone come or gone?
Mm-mm.
Yelling at this incompetent fool will not get us any closer to the cause.
This is a good point. Certain sign
What
of
was
It's
the
not-
first
it's
half
not
of
worth
your
it.
sentence?
Is there any clues? Can you detect any clues from the rooms and anything coming and going? You have an eye for such thing.
Let's find out. Don't let either out of my sight. Or out of your sight. They will be out of my sight, because I will be looking at things. I want to look, like, I don't know, for stuff like tracks, possibly, or like
There was a
footprints
back
in
door, right? Was there 2 ways in and out of this place?
Yeah. Creature left by the
dust,
back door.
or possibly signs of, I don't know, maybe was there a forced entry? I don't know if doors lock. What do I roll for this?
What are you trying to do again?
Like, investigate the scene and like look for tracks or signs of forced entry or other things about the scene itself rather than the body.
That are different from last night, basically.
That are
right?
different from last night and suggestive of what she might have seen and or where it came from and went.
Okay, investigate.
Okay, is that just straight up investigation? I believe.
Yeah.
All right.
Again,
I got one.
you find nothing with your hunting skill. You remember that nothing has changed relative to the outside. Everything is dry. There's no moisture or wetness above. You don't see
No.
any forced entries or anything like that. You suspect that these are the only 2 that have been in here all night.
All right.
And this house is inhabited, so it's not like footprints in the dust or in the house are going to mean anything.
Unless they're wolf prints.
But even then, it was clearly here earlier in the day. Earlier in the night, and we didn't exactly clean up after it, so that's not going to tell us anything either.
Where is the body? Is it in, like the pantry as well? Is it in the living room? Is she in her bed? I apologize, I missed that.
She was in her bed, I believe, is what we determined. Correct me if I'm mistaken, but Eldon said that he had not moved her or anything.
Yeah.
Okay, gotcha.
Mhm.
Thank you.
Mhm.
And looking from her bed, is there a window in her bedroom that she could have, in theory, looked out of?
Yes, there's a window.
Okay. All right. Which direction does the window face? Does it look out onto the street or like behind the house? Like towards the woods?
Towards the wall.
Or an alley.
Yeah.
Towards the woods? Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Interesting. She did say that it had run into the woods
Yeah.
earlier in the night, and that's when the captain said that he had chased it out there. You know, when he got here before us.
Are the whiteout conditions, like if we look out the back window that she presumably could have seen out of towards the woods, Are the whiteout conditions still in effect back here? Do the woods basically do the woods shelter or kind of subdue these conditions at all, or are they still just impossible to see how far out she would have seen?
It's a whiteout. It's hard
Okay.
to see. Yeah,
Gotcha.
but there are trees back there, and there's also other houses.
So their house is okay.
Petra, do you think you'd be able to? I mean, tracks are covered at this point, but do you think you'd be able to find any signs of a large beast's movements? Maybe something to do with like trees scratched. Isn't that something big animals do? They scratch or break branches and trees and stuff.
Perhaps.
I think potentially the possibility of getting lost might not be worth it, but it
This is true. Keep forgetting about the fact that it's a whiteout.
And we don't know where the hell
right.
we are.
Omega, but last night when we were like running, like we woke up, we heard the scream, we went downstairs, we went outside and into this house. So when we were in the inn, we saw like Eldon and Ravewood, and they were like, oh yeah, like there was a scream, the captain, like we don't know, he's not here. Did we at any point during that like see the innkeeper, or was he potentially like elsewhere, like still abed or somewhere else?
You didn't see the innkeeper.
Didn't see him. All right.
No.
I wanted to confirm that. Okay.
Eldon's still an incompetent fool. If he's not behind this, he needs to be fired anyway.
I do find it interesting, the particular amount of loyalty that Captain Alec seems to instill in his troops, which is apparently not enough to stay awake.
You know, do the one job that you were asked to do.
Anyhow, they have a job and we have ours. Let's just hope that we can perform it to a greater diligence. Is there anything else we want to check while we're here, or do we want to move on to...
I don't know if now is the right time, but I would definitely like to do the seance at some point in this household to see if we could find out what she saw.
Hell yeah.
Do we want to ask everyone to clear out while we do so?
Yes, I don't think the captain and his men could be better served patrolling, I'm sure.
I think that their sensibilities would be better served doing so, yes.
There's probably something heavy for them to pick up or put down or something.
I'm sure.
And
so,
as
yeah,
you're talking, the storm seems to be subsiding. The winds are getting weaker. It's getting quieter and calmer. And a sparkle of sun seems to pierce through the window.
Well, isn't that just poetic as fuck?
I want to look out the window while it's piercing through, just to see what shot she could have seen through this window in theory.
Well, out the window, you see a few houses in the distance, and then surrounded in the back are a bunch of conifer trees. The first house behind her house is only about maybe 40 feet away. The second one's probably about 100 feet away. Their backyard's full of high growth trees and bushes.
Interesting. Okay. Jorgen then, after observing this, takes a few moments to walk around the residence, in particular the bedroom, and collect a series of like small personal items, salt and things like that. Some of our victim's hair from her hairbrush or whatever else maybe in the room to kind of prepare for said seance once everyone else is finished with their own investigations or clearing out of the militia.
I was gonna say, I think Lisbeth is like kind of shooing them out the door and like giving them a list of tasks as she
She's
does
giving them
so.
like a shopping list.
Kind of, not to that extent, but like, oh, you need to figure out, you know, if you're going to do patrols, you need to figure that out. You could give us a list of like any surviving family of victims. You could try, like, just going through all of this like inane kind of stuff. Like we require some time in this house. We'll meet again in a few, you know, in a little bit. But we want to privacy to do our own sort of once over. There, you know, the body has been, you know, contaminated enough already by you all being here. I don't even know if we'll be able to learn anything useful from it. Yeah, just kind of like shoos them out.
And you got on me for insulting these people.
That's great.
She's very industrious about it. It's more of like a business kind of thing than like a personal, like, you're dumbasses deal. But
That's her
But they
own
are.
way of calling them dumbasses.
that is her
Captain-
own way of calling them dumbasses.
Captain Alex, like, I invited you here to find the murderer, and all you do is
And-
insult us.
We are attempting to do our jobs, which you personally asked for us to do so. If you really desired us to perform these duties to the best of our abilities, then I feel as though your mind would be centered more around how best you and your men might help us to do so. Rather than questioning our expertise with these monsters or falling asleep on the job. I certainly don't mean to call into question any negligence on anyone's part,
do.
but it is very important to myself, at the very least, that my duties are performed to the best of my ability. And that they reflect well upon my particular organization, as I'm sure you endeavor to graciously represent the military and particular company you are a part of in all that you do, Captain Alec.
Yes.
Translation: get lost, do your job.
Well, I am the boss here. Regardless if you like it or not, you work for me. And I think I kind of like Father's suggestion yesterday. I think,
Of patrols?
yes, patrols. I think we should divide into 3 patrols. Never mind
You
this Satanists or
Ravewood
whatever you
and
call
Pablo?
it crap that Jorgen's gonna perform. I don't believe in that superstitious crap.
Perfect.
So why don't we do 3 patrols?
Oh, you mean you and your men, in addition to us joining you on those patrols?
No. You report to me. I'll be the center of command.
You're
Eldon
going.
and Ravewood, aye, sir. You 2 take the first patrol. You take it to the east city. I would say Father Jorgen, you take it north. And Lisbeth and Petra, you take the south.
I'm not sure that myself and Petra's delicate constitutions are quite suited to being out in this weather in that manner. Nor do I think that two women without any of your own battle experience would necessarily stand any chance were the monster to appear with the intent to kill us in this manner.
Well, you could always have Jorgen join your party. How about Jorgen, Lisbeth, Father, Petra? I don't know if
Why are we patrolling during the day? Has not the monster only struck at night?
well, we're just looking for clues.
Oh, gotcha. Ah, of course, we're on it. Yeah, we will do that. I'm sure we'll get there.
And
I can't believe this utter bullshit.
Eldon, Ravewood take off. And the captain goes back to the hotel. You guys are left in here.
Now that they're gone, do we want to do the seance?
That would be great. I mean,
Sounds great.
after all, if his man can fall asleep on the job and it's no big deal, he can't expect anything from civilians.
We're just taking our 15 in advance. No.
Also, Lisbeth,
We got distracted.
you are my dearest friend, but the next time you call me of delicate constitution, I will punch you.
Darling, he's a military man. He'll believe whatever I say about women.
It
And if
doesn't
was a
mean I
way
have to
work
like
off
it.
Delicate
trolling,
constitutions.
I don't like it either. But if it means that we don't have to waste our time south of town in the snow when we could be here doing this, I'll take what I can get.
I don't plan on giving him the time of day anyway, so
I can't say I do either.
seance.
All right. Jorgen runs about with his collected items. He spreads a little salt ring in her room. In the center of it, he has like hair from a hairbrush. He's like clipped nails off her fingers. Sets up little candles that he's like lighting, like all the what's it houses. And he like cracks his knuckles, cracks his neck, cracks too many joints as he's like excited.
Father Elric's like, have you done something like this before?
In theory. Okay.
I think as this is
Yeah.
happening, I'm gonna pull Petra out and make it look like we're kind of starting a patrol or like kind of circling like outward from the house or whatever. Just because it is right across the street from the hotel or the inn.
I don't think he was expecting us to start patrols right away, was he? Or
It
were we
sounded like
supposed to take shifts, or we
Yeah, he was
Oh,
expecting you guys to go right away.
go right away? Okay, never mind.
it was. So I'm going to make it look like we're doing that
Okay. Well,
to the best of my ability.
full brunt of the spirit. And once the candles are all lit, and the father and myself are in here, Jorgen begins to chant in kind of some like mix of like Old Norse and phrases that are kind of tied to that whole concept of the Vaesen, that kind of anti-technology, older, deeper rooted histories, some nonsense words, and mechanically. I need to make an observation roll to perform a seance where I predict people's futures and contact the dead. Any extra successes provide more information, prolong the contact, or cause the spirit to materialize. On failure, you're given inaccurate information, attacked, or suffer a condition. So it should be super fun.
Okay.
So here comes
Just
that,
put it in the chat so everybody could read it.
Yeah, sorry.
Just hit the chat box thing beside it.
So it wouldn't, because it's like one of those, I had to enter it myself. I couldn't find it to
Okay.
add to it.
That's all right.
So
You don't have to worry.
I'll do
about it.
the text that way. I can copy and paste at least. The talent is medium for those following along. All right, so observation skill. Survey says
You get a hit.
got one success. So that's enough to contact the dead. It's pretty vague there what all that allows. So I'm tempted to push that and attempt to get more successes. But I don't know how much as the GM does the success in contacting the dead reveal as I attempt to bring forth her spirit.
You could bring her spirit up, for sure.
Okay.
And you could probably ask her one thing.
Okay. Cool. Yeah. Bring forth her spirit. I apologize. I am blanking on what her name was again.
Elaine.
And Jorgen kind of like his eyes have like somewhat like rolled in his head, but they're still open as he begins to talk. And like my image is that like whenever she speaks, like the voice projects from his own mouth, even though her spirit might be materialized there. And Jorgen says, Elaine, come to us. What did you see that scared you to death?
You hear faint voice getting louder. She's saying, help me.
We are trying to help you. We just need to know what is it that you saw? What brought your untimely end?
She's floating in this ethereal-like form, all white with little translucent blue. And she says, what did you ask again?
I asked what she saw that brought upon her untimely death.
I saw the beast, the fangs, the breath. I saw it, and I couldn't handle it. She says, help me, and then she disappears.
Ew. Okay. All right. I think. While still kind of somewhat in the trance, I reach out, I guess, to Father Ulrich. Is there anything else you think we want to ask while we're still here?
Father Ulrich is in a bit of shock that Jorgen was actually able to do that. He thought it was just going to be some kind of con man show, partly.
Right.
Just starts to stammer. Jorgen, can you bring her back? Is there anything else you can say? Where did it go?
I would need to push harder to see if I can bring her back. And with that, Jorgen pulls the knife from his belt and slashes kind of the pad of one finger and sprinkles his own blood into the salt ring that he's kind of created and pushes the roll to see if I can get some more successes.
Father Ulrich is going to start to give her like a burial rite, like
Did you
Ray
hit?
that
Sorry, Father. Did you hit push?
I hit the push button, correct.
Okay, what?
And,
You're supposed to
it
do
said
that
to-
before. You know what I
Oh,
mean?
before you
I-
gave the information.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Then nullify it. Don't worry about it. Then. I apologize. I didn't realize.
No problem.
So then at that point, I will just after he still does the cut and just realizes that the spirit has gone too far for him to pull her back at this point.
Yeah, and Father will start to give her to pray over.
And Jorgen will kind of like collapse on the ground and like break the salt ring while you do your rites. And as he's kind of like heaving like out of breath as it's kind of drained him physically. Hopefully we won't have another victim, but we can try that again later if need be.
Done well, Jordan. Very impressed.
And he like kind of leans back and kind of relaxes, trying to come back together.
Father, I meant to say this before. I didn't want to interrupt. You got some kind of like, your voice is kind of like, it's not clear as it usually is.
No?
No. Anybody else hearing it differently?
No.
Not that I've
Different
noticed.
usually.
No? Okay. Maybe it's me then.
We're all
Bring it a-
losing our
bring it a little
marbles
bit
here
closer.
in Vaesen Mysteries.
We're all mad.
I have my anti-madness kitten.
Okay.
Palate cleanser.
What are you guys gonna do now? What was Petra and Elizabeth doing?
We were just trying to make it look as though we were like starting to go on patrol and just kind of looking for clues like around the house, and then kind of just walking towards, I don't know, whatever direction probably like looping
The
kind of
antique
around.
shop. We should go buy a silver thing.
I mean, Father Ulrich didn't say anything to us. So if we knew,
Shit.
that'd be great. I was gonna say though, as this is happening, Elizabeth's just kind of gone off on this rant where she's like, you know, when trains were introduced, there were genuine people who actually believed that if women rode on trains at speeds above, 50 miles an hour or whatever, at a certain kilometers per hour, whatever, that their uterus would fly out of their body, and that they just couldn't handle the speeds, and this and that, and she goes on about like, modern medicine has come quite far, believe me, but there are genuine doctors in England who still are publishing journals based on Hippocrates' wandering womb theory, where it can just move about the body and cause all of these afflictions. Anywho, she's gone on this whole thing, and she's like, okay, all right.
Petra's like,
that's out of range. That's
If
I
one of the
apologize.
militias nearby, they have to be going like, yeah, I've heard that.
I saw a uterus fly out of a woman once.
I saw a flying uterus once.
I was on a train once.
What did I miss?
The things that happen on the subway, man.
The inner city subway.
The inner Sweden train. Anyway, Elizabeth's talking aggressively about medical theory as she and Petra go on their fake patrol. Yeah, I don't think that she really strays too far from the house. Maybe they like loop back around and kind of go towards the forest a little bit to make it look like, oh, he ran this way, so we're look at clues or something. But she's just trying to give an appearance of, we're doing something, we're looking busy. that
We
kind of
out
thing.
here vibing,
Uh-huh.
and I laughed so hard I'm only crying a little bit.
And she's like, of course, contemporaries have always objected to these outlandish hypotheses, but does that ever really seem to matter? No. Hippocrates himself, Soranus and Aretaeus really pushed back against the whole, but still the ideas persisted. Anywho, she's going
Petra's
off.
looking for wolf tracks while Lisbeth goes on a tangent.
Mm-hmm. The most emotional you've ever seen her. Anyhow.
I mean, you've done this in my presence before. We've known each other for a hot minute.
Yeah.
And Father and Jorgen, you gonna go out patrolling or?
Yeah, I want to head out, but I'd like to drag Jorgen along to the jeweler or the antique dealers.
If they come out of the house, we'll just follow them. My intention was never to, really split up. So, I mean, if you all want to, we can go and look for, people who will tell us about the other victims and stuff, but...
I think it makes sense to rejoin immediately. I mean, this...
Yeah.
If... Sorry, I had the frog in my throat. If this captain is as observant as he seemed to be, I can't imagine he'll track our movements very quickly.
Yeah, I was gonna say, he's not.
Yes, I have a lingering feeling that if this is what it appears to be, having objects of silver would be a big advantage. I believe the antique dealer may have what we require.
Right.
Cutlery, perfect for stabbing.
I was going to say the house is empty now. Do we want to first look through
Ooh, steal their
Elaine's
shit.
things and see if they owned any silver?
This makes sense.
Fantastic
I
idea.
don't mean particularly to disrespect the dead, but I do think it might better serve the living.
Yeah, I think their spirits will understand.
I understand the practicality of the line of thought. It's something I don't think I could participate in personally.
Understandable. All right.
Perhaps I shall visit the antique store and catch up with you later.
We'll meet you out front of the antique store.
Yes. We'll meet you there.
Right.
Okay, Father goes by himself to the antique store, and you all just stay in the house?
Yep.
I think we went outside to meet up, so I think we're gonna circle around the back and go in through
Loop
there
back in.
and
Go back in?
go through the back and look for if they owned any silver.
No,
Cutlery or
you look,
sticks. Okay.
you find rusted forks. They're poor. They got nothing. They don't even have anything worth anything.
Fair enough.
Damn.
To the antique store it is.
There's a
Aw.
knife and an axe rusted up. If you're looking for a
It's
weapon.
rust. It's rust, not tarnish, so...
I think we're good on that one. Is there anyone who didn't have a weapon from our initial resource pooling and all of that? I was gonna say I think
They're all
everyone's
good.
pretty happy. Okay.
Mhm.
Then just to the antique store, I believe.
Okay, Father, you open up the door. You see
I was
Wow.
just gonna wait outside for them.
okay, we'll say you all go in.
Neat.
There's a woman sitting down in a chair. She's older and she's knitting. like a scarf or something. And she looks up, then continues knitting.
Good day, ma'am.
Welcome. What kind of business do you want? You guys bring trouble here.
We hopefully will aid in some of your misfortune as befall in your town. But in the meantime, we hope to peruse your wares.
Well, if you're gonna bring some money, very well, take a look. You can have whatever you want if you got the money.
Let's look for things that are silver. Maybe candlestick. That's a good weapon stick.
Mirrors, candlesticks, silverware.
Well, a mirror would.
They
Well,
used to be
that
made of
could.
silver.
You got the
Yeah. Holy mother of lightning!
Yeah, I would
Sorry,
think
the
almost
weather's
all
insane down here.
mirrors would be
I
silver.
got a frost warning tonight.
Oh no.
Where the fuck are you? It's like 80 degrees down here.
I'm north.
It's bad.
I
Summer is coming. I'm not looking.
hate summer.
It's the worst.
Oh my.
Weather
Anyway,
tangents
unimportant.
aside, mirrors could be.
What are you
Mirrors would be
looking
an
for?
interesting weapon.
Anything silver. I think ideally something with the sharp edge. I don't know. I mean, the crucifix is kind of. I don't. Maybe Father's looking for one of those from
Yeah.
his dream.
Father Ulrich is definitely looking for anything silver, but is almost expecting to find a silver crucifix like he saw.
Or
Mm.
something to. Or
Right.
something that one can smack with. But yeah. Oh, is this another. We can solve another problem by consecrating it. I love it. We need to always have a priest everywhere we go.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that'd be cool if that that cross that you wrote about or thought you saw ended up being foreseen.
Mhm.
Wow, foreseen as being here.
Forsooth.
Well,
Or
you
taken
do
something,
see.
right?
You do see a silver cross hanging in a cabinet. And you also find silver plate and silverware.
Silver plate.
It sounds like a good weapon object. Just clap someone in the face with it.
That'd be a
Well,
fort.
do you not? So going out on a limb here, and obviously timey-wimey, stretchy-wetchy. But in theory, as a huntswoman, I'm assuming you probably make your own ammunition from time to time. A small town such as this would probably have a
gunsmith?
smith who would have something to heat up the silver enough for you to form your own shells, even
Silver
if
bullets.
yeah, like 1 or 2 silver bullets out of like a plate, I bet.
You're a fucking genius.
Jorgen, he's a steel trap.
Mm-hmm.
Jorgen, you're a genius. Yeah, if we could get something that Petra could use to make into bullets.
Plate would have a lot of bulk to it.
That would be dependent on us finding a blacksmith in this town that would be willing to either make for us or let us use his equipment for us to make bullets.
Well,
But
if not, it could make a lovely frisbee into the face of a werewolf.
yeah,
A discus, just like
A
Perseus.
discus. We went on this whole tangent about Greek mythology for like 30 minutes before
Was it
this
the
stream.
The whole time we were on before we started streaming. Yeah.
So,
Anyway, Perseus, father on accident with the discus.
So what do you want? What do you want? You want it all?
We want
Um,
it all.
Yeah, I'm definitely gonna ask to see the cross.
The cross has an availability of 2, and so does the silverware set.
Mm.
Oh, so
Uh,
it's like a plate and then like a fork, knife, and okay.
And spoon. And you could use capital. You got any capital left?
Thought we had 2.
You got
I
2
was gonna
left?
say we saved
Two.
some specifically.
Yeah,
We saved at least.
Oh, yeah, we saved.
had
We
4,
set
and then you
aside
bought
one.
the axe.
Yeah, we set aside one, and then we ended up not using one. So yeah, 2.
Yeah,
2,
Petra
okay.
has 1.
Or you could also use manipulation, and you add a bonus based on your standard of living. And you got to get at least 2 successes.
That seems pretty doable.
Possibly.
Father, the richest of all of us.
What's your living standard, anyways?
His is a 5. He would get a bonus.
Middle
of
class?
+1.
Well,
Yeah.
yeah. So his capital is 3. He used 1 before. His bonus is +1.
So.
Yeah.
So spare capital, we have 2, right?
So you could buy
Yes,
one
we could-
or the other, and
We
roll
could
for
at
the
least
other
buy one
one.
or the other. Yeah. I
Yeah.
mean, it seems like Father is very much wanting the crucifix, so we could buy that one and roll for the other one.
Try our best at the other one.
Yeah.
Sure. I think Father might be the best to try this.
Probably.
Yeah, my empathy is super low.
You're
My
part of
empathy
the.
is decent.
You're middle class. You're part of the 1% back then.
That's so true.
I do. Yeah.
Sorry, but the class helps with that bonus, the +1 bonus.
Yeah.
Is that?
Yeah,
Mhm.
that's for the
You would get that.
manipulation.
Okay.
So first, tell me, what you're gonna buy with your capital, then what you're gonna go roll for, or you can do one first.
Yeah, I think I'll try it and
Okay.
manipulate for the cross. And if that doesn't work, then buy it.
Okay. You need 2 successes. Manipulation
Your-
+1.
Is Jorgen able to assist him by
No.
just putting on? Okay.
No, he's bartering
British
with
guy.
the lady.
Okay.
You have lovely wares. And as I've said, we have come to aid your small town. We believe that these items would be particularly useful. This one, I feel, being a man of the cloth, particularly to me, be very useful in our endeavors. If you could find it in your heart to part at a lower cost, it would mean a lot to us and to your town.
Oh, you get 2.
Did
Are
you do it?
kidding me? Yes.
Heck yeah.
Oh my god, I tabbed away
my
for like a hot
God.
second. Holy shit,
God.
bro.
You guys are. You haven't failed a roll yet.
Nope.
We
Well,
bodes
I hope
poorly
not.
for us.
Yeah, I hope I cursed you now.
Point that out. We're gonna die now.
Yeah. Okay, so
That's it.
well, my dear, since you're a priest, I guess I have to trust you. As long as you kill that beast that's killing us, you can take the cross. I had that for 50 years, Take care of that.
Aw.
I will treat it with the respect it is due. Thank you so much.
Is there anything else I can help you with?
What about the plate?
What?
Do we want to buy the plate?
Yeah, I think
Yeah.
that's.
Yeah. Okay.
Well, I will purchase the rest of this.
It's like a buy one get one kind of deal.
Mm-hmm.
Well, someone
Silver Bogo.
with your kind of money. Yeah. You can have it. Take it all, Father. Whatever you need.
Jeez. I did not expect this.
Wait,
All right.
can you? There's scented soap here that looks good.
Don't eat it, Jurgen.
We're not doing that.
Is there anything else that
Take
could be
it.
useful?
Yeah, that one, he could have the scented soap. He could use it.
Antique scented soap.
He can have it if he promises to use it.
Yeah.
It will get used.
Don't. If you eat it,
He takes
Jurgen,
a
I
bite.
will smack you.
Oh my god.
And like by the time you look over, there's already like a corner missing, and like there's no indication of how or why. And it's just
There aren't little tooth marks in the corner.
oh no, it's a very clean break.
Oh, okay. All
I
right.
like to think Jurgen secretly has like a pet rat or something like that.
Oh no, he's eating it. He just won't open his mouth to prove that he's eating it.
He just seems
Maybe
like the
I
kind
should
of
get
guy
a
who would
pet
have
rat.
one though.
That
He
so that
seems
was
like that kind of
talent, I
guy.
think. I think you can get a pet as a level up. So maybe that would be a future level up for Jorgen, is to get a pet rat. That
I was
does
gonna
seem like a
say-
Jorgen thing.
I feel like this is one of those moments where you like look at your animal and you're like, "Is that plastic? Do you have plastic in your mouth? Spit it out."
Ah. Also, Jorgen would have a possum that he thought was a rat. I think that would check out better. This is my pet rat. It's a giant possum.
The pointy kitty bit me.
It's just a city rat. They're bigger.
Alright.
Genetically distinct rats.
Oh my god.
Is there anything else that we could be in this antique shop that might aid us?
Do you know? Could you direct us to where the town smith might be?
Oh, the smithy, yeah. Yeah, just go where you see the big column of smoke out there. Towards your
Makes
right.
sense.
You'll hear banging too. Goes at it all day long, that Fred.
Nice.
Well, thank
Oh.
you.
I'm
What-
sorry, Jorgen keeps adding on questions. Jorgen has one more question. The innkeeper, Dante, are you familiar with him by chance?
Yeah, very nice, honest chap.
Yes, he
He
was
came-
very kind to us.
He came to town for a while, many years ago. I trust him.
Oh, that is good to know. We heard that he was taking care of his family today, which is very sweet, and didn't know if you could let us know where that was so we could potentially stop by to help.
I've never been there myself. Other end of the side of town. That's all I know.
Thank you very much.
Can't travel far with these legs, you know.
Sure. Well,
Of
stay
course.
warm, please.
Mhm. And I'm sorry to bother you more before we go, but these military men who are in town for shelter, what I must inquire as to your opinion of them.
I don't like any military. But ever
Understand.
since they came to town, there's been lots
These
of
murders.
killings.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Last time we had this many killings was like 5 years ago.
Oh. And what happened? What happened 5 years ago? Did you ever find the cause of those killings? Was there
Well,
I don't know.
we were raided by flying beasts. Some people called them vampires. But we put them to the stakes and killed them all and kept fighting them back. And they never came back. But that was 5 years ago.
Mm-hmm.
It's been quiet since.
All right. Well, thank you. We very much appreciate your generosity and this information. I'm sure it will help us in our search for the cause of these killings.
I hope you find them. But these are different. They're not the same.
Mm-hmm. It does seem that way. All right. Cool. To the smithy.
Bless you. Stay safe.
You go out in the street and Captain Alec there is there. Well, how come you guys aren't on your patrols? What are you guys doing?
Is this not the correct? We were supposed to patrol to the, was it south and north and west was where we were patrolling, so we're right on schedule, I think.
South and north.
Is this, which way is
Eldon's
this?
taken east and west. Supposed to comb the outside of the village. What are you doing on the inside?
Well, considering we haven't, been here very long or know the village very well, we thought we would just inquire with minds who might know it better than us.
You find out anything?
Yes, actually. This very kind woman told us about the murders that happened here about 5 years ago. Not sure if it's, it doesn't necessarily seem related, but she said that there haven't been this many murders since then in such a short span of time, so any little bit might reveal something important.
Well, sounds interesting. You could tell me that story at dinner time.
Sure.
Well,
And what have you been doing while we've been patrolling?
I just
Find anything
been
yourself?
I've just been studying my notes.
Anything useful upon reflection of your notes of your time here?
No, well, those footprints came from the inn.
Mm-hmm.
So I suspect it's one of us. Or maybe
Oh,
the
really?
innkeeper.
Yeah, we were thinking we might stop by and check in on him at his parents' house, potentially.
Yeah,
See
I
if we
went to
can
go
find-
question him. But
Oh, did you?
he's not here.
That's true. Yeah, we found that out this morning when we talked to his server, the worker at the end who's covering for him.
Yeah, there was also him as well that was there that night.
Was he there last night?
Yeah. He's got his own little room.
Okay.
Father Eller's gonna approach Alec and I've had another reason to be in the store. I collect religious iconography from most small towns I visit. It's keepsakes, if you will. I found a lovely sample at this one. I'll pull out the silver cross and kind of hold it close to him. Just kind of gauging his reaction.
Well played.
He steps back a moment, looks at it. Beautiful cross you have there.
It's a very nice example. Just kind of bring it a little closer to him.
He just stares at it. Must have cost you a fortune for that.
No, actually, the good shopkeeper was quite kind and generous once she heard that we were here to assist her and her fellow townsfolk. Quite helpful, really.
A blessing, that one.
Indeed.
Well,
I'll put it away.
I'm not religious myself, Father.
Mm-hmm.
Been hearing that news about what Charles Darwin's been saying lately. Kind of buying it myself. He says, okay, very well. Continue with the patrols. I'll see you at dinner time. He leaves, walks back to the inn.
After he goes, well, he did not burst into flame or anything, so.
Mm-hmm. Interesting. Considering Darwin himself is a deist, but you know. Plenty of people like to think themselves learned. Anywho, shall we continue?
Yes.
Certainly.
Toastmith,
Mm-hmm.
next stop on patrol.
Okay, where are you going? Silversmith. All of you?
Sure.
Yeah.
Unless y'all have other.
Well, actually, most likely.
Mm.
How much daylight do we have left?
Oh, it
Does this seem?
say it's like at noon.
Oh, okay, good.
Scene's not.
I assumed.
Oh, hell
I
yeah.
assumed we were still. Then yeah, cool. Stick together.
We
I just
got
wanted to
up
make
early
sure we
as
weren't gonna
fuck.
get there. Yeah, I just wanted to make sure it wasn't a situation where we got there and we're like, oh fuck, it's sundown.
Yeah.
Ah! It's closed now. Congratulations.
Well-
Lisbeth ranted too long.
More like we only got one thing done because I think we want to go to the silversmith and then we probably should try and check on Dante's parents' house if they exist.
If they even.
If that is his real name.
If that is his real name.
I mean, I feel like he wouldn't, he runs an inn. It would hurt business. But that's if he knows about it. Anyway.
Right. Oh, if he can control it.
Yeah. Very true, very true.
I don't know if there's anything to this, but would Father would ask Jorgen, did you notice anything in? Though actually, do we even know that Jorgen went through the book?
There's
log?
no way he wouldn't have talked about it by this point.
Okay.
So we'll say he's bragged about it at some point.
Of
I think I would
course,
just probe
he's
him.
Jurgen.
Was there anything of interest 5 years ago? I guess
Oh.
I don't know if there's anything there, but
Oh, that's a good
No,
question.
Jorgen went back 5 years. He only had a moment.
Yeah.
He just browsed,
Yeah.
seen a few guest entries, then he noticed the blood.
fair enough. It was a long shot, but
Mm-hmm. Well, I think it might behoove us if Father Ulrich went to ask Dante about his opinions on things, and I think it's probably necessary for Petra to go to the blacksmith.
Oh my god.
So, if we want to divide and conquer, as it were, I think they should go in those directions, and Jurgen and I can go with, I don't know, split up accordingly.
yes, this sounds a fair plan.
Do you have any preference on who you go with, Jurgen?
Yeah, Jorgen's a blank slate.
Okay. In that case, maybe you go with Petra and I'll go with Father Ulrich.
Sure.
All right. Oh my
keeps trying to get on the desk. She keeps trying to get on the desk, and she's not allowed on the desk.
Great.
She's jumped off because she kept trying to get up on the desk, tried to take down my mouse pad at one point with her claw while I picked her up to take her off and plonk her back on my lap, and now she's just had enough, which works for me.
Never change, Maple. Never change.
But yeah, that's Miss Maple. I apologize for her interruption.
All right,
Okay,
go off.
okay, you guys get to the blacksmith first, I guess. You hear the banging. The father, as you approach, turns around and says, "Hey there, what can I get you?" This big man with this big wool coat, which rips and holes all over the place. He's sweating, his beard's long, he's got this giant hammer, and he's banging, making appears to be an axe head.
I think we would have taken the plate at bare minimum
Yeah.
with us. And I have the plate, and I said, I have this silver object that I need to make into bullets for this rifle that I probably have on my back at the moment.
Bullets. I do not have gunpowder.
Do I have gunpowder or know where to get?
You got bullets?
I mean, I assume I
Yeah.
have bullets for my gun.
You'd be able to break apart.
Yeah, you
mean,
can
like-
break your bullets
Mhm.
apart.
Yeah, I'll do that.
Okay, so you mean you just
Get more
want some
bullets later.
bullet heads? You want me to wreck this beautiful plate, make you bullet heads?
Yes.
I mean, unless you want to wreck a spoon.
That too.
Well, it's gonna cost you.
Will it cost us a spoon?
Well, I don't know if I want to do this for you. That's a lot. It's gonna be like 3 hours work. Looking maybe availability as 2?
I have no money. We have no money.
Well, you roll manipulation plus your bonus. And you
What
need
is my
2
bonus?
successes.
What is the bonus for my resources of 3? Athena, you probably have.
Oh, I have it pulled up to the resources of 3, none. 0 bonus.
I
Cool.
have pretty
I have-
good manipulation, but I also have a resource of 1, so I also have no bonus.
Well, my manipulation is 0 and my empathy is 3. So if you're more convincing than Petra, please speak up.
Yeah, Jorgen will step forward and he starts off by like kind of almost like in a weird way, like talking about like weird and creepy stuff. He's like, we've heard that this town is no stranger to the unnatural and the monsters of the wild, the Vaesen. Not 5 years ago, you were hunted by winged beasts, according to some of your locals. Now you have a monstrous furry beast roaming around, killing indiscriminately. We are from a society that is known to handle such things, and it is in our records that we are known that silver may be something that can put down this beast once and for all. Your assistance would be greatly appreciated, and while we may not be able to help you in this exact moment, we would not forget the kindness.
Well, so you're gonna tell me that this silver stuff's gonna kill that murderer?
That's what we believe.
Well, still, time is money, you know. I'll
Jace.
lower it to availability of 1.
And Jorgen very sadly looks at his very brand new and shiny and sharp axe, and he goes, "Would you accept trade?"
Hmm?
Well, let me see your axe. What's so?
It's just a no.
Just
it's a
an
normal
axe?
I think. Yeah, I think availability is 1.
Look at the craftsmanship on that crap. I don't even. You can't even give that thing to me.
Okay, well, it was worth a try. What if we do an IOU situation?
Well, like I said, roll it up.
All
Availability
right.
1. So you get.
No bonus.
I thought you had a bonus. No.
No, I have good observation, or excuse me, good manipulation, but Jorgen is destitute with a resource of 1. So
No, that's the dude's bonus -1.
oh, it's a -1.
Yeah.
That's great. It's still, I think it's still better than Petra's though.
Empathy?
So
Yeah, probably.
I will take
Okay.
that.
Okay. Oh,
Oh god.
was
This
so
is where it
close.
starts running out, folks.
the first fail.
Mm-hmm.
All right.
Petra, you can go try to talk to him. Even with your crappy manipulation. Petra?
Hmm?
You can try to talk to him if you want.
Hokey! I mean, I guess what I'm saying is, I mean, I guess I get not wanting to wreck the plate, but at least the spoon. Like, you know, you can, you're learning something new, and I'm about as awkward as I sound because I'm not good at this.
I'm sorry. I just can't help you. As much as I love to, but I'm just too damn busy. Gotta put food on the table, you know? These guys just don't have enough.
Yes, that's fair.
Should have saved the capital. Oh,
Yeah, such is life.
yeah.
Well, if we can scrounge together due availability, we will be back.
Have a good day.
You as well. And as soon as we leave, I'm like, do you think I'd be able to rob him in the middle of the night to get our capital?
Jurgen, as much as I would love money, I don't encourage this.
No,
I'm
it's
okay.
not. We're not stealing it. We'd be giving it right back.
Jurgen, that's not how it works. I'd rather stab a werewolf with a fork.
It's exactly how it works. You go in, you take the money, and then when he asks for payment, you give him his money back. And then all is good.
Jurgen, as someone who's maybe thought about being in society a little bit, please take my word on this.
Okay. It seems a bit crazy, but if you say so, Petra.
Look, I get it. It's crazy to me too, but hey, at least we get to see how effective stabbing a werewolf with a fork,
Sure.
normal cutlery and a normal cutlery knife, and whapping them across the face with a silver plate works.
Yeah, maybe you could sharpen it a little bit. Give it a little bit of prong.
Make it a bit of a discus situation.
Straight out the predator.
be like Peleus, as Lisbeth mentioned earlier. I don't know if Greek mythology is like anything people cared about in our time where we are, but Epsilon cares about it, so Petra is gonna be aware of it.
The learned folk, at least, I'm sure.
It was Perseus and Acrisius that he killed, but yeah, Acrisius.
Yes, what she said.
Well, it was worth a try. I suppose we should head back to the inn and hope that the others were more successful.
Yeah. Petra just kind of sighs as we walk back. And will probably grumble a bit about the incompetence and the suspiciousness of the captain and his officers.
He's a real jerk.
I am going to punch him in the face. Involved with this murdering business or not?
And make sure you call him a cotton-head thinking muggins first.
I have no idea what you just said, but I will do that.
Cotton-headed ninny muggins. It's a very insulting term.
I learn something new every day I exist around you, Jurgen.
Jorgen is here to teach. Quite so.
So now
Let's
it's
see.
about 1 p.m. And what do you guys want to do?
I believe while they were at the blacksmith, Father and I were gonna head towards Dante's parents' homestead.
Yeah.
And see about talking to him a little bit.
You don't know exactly where it is, but it's at the north end. And you're just going to go in that direction.
Yeah, and I think we'll ask as we get closer for directions from anyone we see out and about or in their yard or whatever, you know.
You see, as you walk down the streets, the villagers, as you approach, they seem to shy away from you. Go inside. And the streets are empty as you walk through them.
Does not seem they're very excited to have us in their town.
No, to be fair, if there was suddenly a rash of murders after just welcoming strangers into the village, I would be quite suspicious as well of anyone coming in. That doesn't exactly help our cause.
Do we see any houses that are boarded up?
Not so much boarded up, just closed up, as you see here in the picture. But as you're walking in the north part, the houses are not as dense as you see in this picture. You probably see one house, sort of like farms, spread out. You do see this as you're walking and patrolling the area, looking for something. You do see a glint of red coming out of a snowbank at the path ahead. It catches your eye from the sun reflecting off it.
Yeah, I think Lisbeth immediately starts not running necessarily, but a very quick pace in that direction to kind of go check it out.
Yeah, father with her.
Yeah.
Hope it's not what it appears to be.
That is always the hope, Father.
Well, as you get closer, you see it was like a red scarf. And it's not like a snow mound, a normal one. It looks like it was made It's
I
all
think
rough.
I'm gonna start digging through it and just
Mhm.
seeing if there's anything else, just kind of like pushing snow off to the side.
You go to
From the
brush
mound.
off the snow from the pile, and you stutter backwards as you see this hand, semi frozen.
Okay.
Yep, I think Lisbeth just goes back to shoveling snow off.
Wait, start clearing more.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I mean this is presumably, if it's frozen, it's pretty well preserved. So
You brush it all off, and you
Mhm.
see. You look at her. First, you uncover her face, and she sees beautiful young maiden with a look of horror on her face. And as you brush more snow off, you realize her whole chest is ripped out.
Okay.
Chest bursting in a
Oh,
game
no.
that isn't Alien?
It's Free League.
Mhm.
The crossover.
Okay. All right. Yeah, I would like, I think, to try and tell, if it seems like she like died of fright before, like if the wounds were pre-mortem or post-mortem, and anything about what may have caused them, any insight if like this was like a claws like tearing kind of thing, or if it was like teeth or that kind of stuff.
Okay, medical.
Can do. And let me double check, but I believe I get, where's gear? So just let me determine. Okay, yeah. I get a 1 bonus from my chemical equipment that lets me determine cause of death. So that's with investigation. Okay. This is just gonna be medicine. All right. Okay.
Ooh.
Oh.
Yeah.
Very nice.
So, yeah, you've seen this before. Similar to the other murder you witnessed.
Mhm.
She was in horror and probably died of fright before she was brutally killed, mangulated. But with your extra success, you also notice wolf tracks that are headed away from the village.
Okay. Do I get any sense of like how long this body has been here?
It's not rigor mortis yet. It's still a tad warm,
Oh.
maybe a few hours.
Okay, yeah, I was gonna say that's very quick. All right. Well, Father, do we want to their tracks?
Oh, yes, there they are. He kind of looks into where the tracks are going and then back to town. And like, do we hit the others? I feel like time is of the essence.
I feel that way as well. It's been a few hours, but no more than that. That this body has been here.
How long would it take to go back? Like, that's not a terribly big town, right?
No. 10, 15 minutes. Not even.
Okay. I can stay here with the body if you want to run and grab them.
Very well.
Okay.
Should we inform the militia?
That's a very good question. If you run into them, don't hold it back. I don't know. I don't.
I wouldn't actively seek them out, especially because
Yeah.
they're really sus.
Yeah, I wouldn't. My philosophy is that we were sent patrol. And so if our patrol does a little investigating before we report back, then I don't think that's beyond the scope of our assignment.
Part of me wishes to know where they are at the moment as well.
I do.
That is the
agree.
other side.
Mhm. I do worry that if there is a party who might be looking to hide their own guilt, it would be very easy for them to point to Dante. If, he is not guilty.
Perhaps we should grab the others and
I think
begin our
that-
search.
Yes.
We will not tarry any longer.
Yes.
Alright, I'll head back and try and catch them near the silversmith.
Okay. You say you grab them and you go back to the tracks.
Just over this way.
And then okay, they I assume Petra, you're leading the way as a hunter.
Hell yeah.
Yeah, I think so.
You get any special ability for tracking or anything?
I might. I'm currently trying to keep my kitten out of my Cheez-Its. Give me 1 second.
Okay. Well, I'll just check for you there.
I'm in. Gain +2 to vigilance when tracking your prey. Oh my god. Kitten! Ma'am, I'm gonna put you down here. I'm busy. Thank you.
Okay, so that's good. So give me that roll.
Okay. I wonder... Oh no, that just displays it. Okay. This, and then I get 2 bonus.
Okay.
I swear to God.
Pretty good.
Mhm.
Enough to follow them anywhere. So you keep following the tracks, and it goes maybe not too long, maybe like 40 minutes of trudging through the deep snow. The tracks start to change into human tracks.
Mm.
They open up into a clearing, and you see the tracks lead to a barn in the distance.
I've got the
Proceed cautiously.
plate in a pocket, and I've got my rifle in my hands.
I think-
Perfectly armed.
I was gonna say, since Lisbeth got a crossbow during our whole resources thing last session, I think she
Yeah.
takes a piece of twine and ties the fork to the end of the crossbow bolt.
I thought she was just gonna load a fork
Ruined
into
the
crossbow.
aerodynamics,
No,
Athena.
It doesn't matter that much if you're,
Point blank range, maybe.
Mhm.
I mean, not that. If you're not firing too far, if there's no wind, if you...
Yep.
You
It did
will
work.
be fine. Everything's fine.
Everything is fine.
Is Jorgen gonna take a spoon or something?
No, Jorgen has his axe. He knows it's not the silver that he needs, but that should at least distract it or give it a good 1-2. Jorgen is hoping that it will at least hurt, even if it doesn't do anything in the long term.
Okay.
Well, there's wraps the cross, the chain around his hand, so the cross is like in front of his, holding it out like this.
Okay. And I think it's best we end it there
All right.
because Epsilon's got to go early, and but I don't think it'd probably take another hour and a half at least, probably.
Combat, potentially.
Yeah, right.
So we got
And
another
then a
session
little
out
bit
of it.
of denouement.
Yeah,
Hey,
because
this
you guys,
is perfect.
you guys role play a lot, which is great. I love it. So, but it does make
It's
the
fun.
session go longer, right?
Yeah.
That's true.
Just a little
Yeah,
bit.
it definitely
Which I
does
don't
help
mind.
me get more engaged with my character, though. I have been
sure.
kind of like,
Yeah.
my brain hasn't been into it, but now that Petra's got something to get incensed about, and she's got a beast to hunt.
Und, I believe is
Heads
what
in
you.
the game. Gotta get your head in the game.
Athena,
What?
Unta.
you are Athena.
So it's a pretty cool scenario so far, right? Murder mystery.
Oh, yeah.
Very cool.
Oh,
Yeah.
it's lovely. Who's
I'm
the
here for
fucking
it.
werewolf? I think it's.
Well, now I'm really
Yeah.
suspicious that it's Dante.
I mean, Dante hasn't caused me problems, honestly. So, like, if he's the werewolf, he's gonna die, but if he's not the werewolf, he gets to be left alone. Like,
I'm just gonna
and all the three of
like
those.
on the path to his parents' house.
I think, like, as part of the society, we should at least question it if possible. Like, we're supposed
Yeah.
to
Mm-hmm.
discover what it needs
Even
to
then-
be.
The militia guys are getting decked in the face. I'm sorry.
That's fair.
They're getting
I was
decked
gonna
in
say,
the
I feel like
face
they're
for their
finding us all the work while Alex sits on his ass.
So,
yeah, like, I don't care if they have nothing, if they're not werewolves. Like, if they're werewolves, they're dying. If they're not werewolves, I'm punching them in the face, and no one can stop me.
there's
Is
like
that going to be our thing? Like, the end of every session is someone smacking
We
someone
punch an
else?
NPC in the face.
punch an
It's
NPC.
slowly becoming it.
You
Yeah,
pissed
like
me
that.
off this time.
Yeah.
Our least favorite NPC at the end of every little scenario. Punch to the face.
Punch in the face.
I didn't realize I did probably punch people last session.
I did last setting. I went after what's his name? The reporter guy who also called us there.
Oh yeah, that's true. We
Yeah,
have a
we
habit
need
of
to
not
stop
liking
going.
people that call us.
We need
Yeah,
to
we should
stop
maybe-
going on missions that we're specifically called to and seek some things out ourselves.
I guess so. Yeah,
Might be
I still kind of, I haven't mentioned it. I kind of like the theory that we might be dealing with a multi-werewolf situation or like a multi-Vaesen situation where
they did
perhaps...
say that they fought off the vampires. Sorry for interrupting.
No,
Continue.
you're good. Yeah, I mean, you're kind of on the same track. Like, this town is not unfamiliar with the extraordinary, so I could totally see a situation where we have some character, perhaps Dante, is a Vaesen of some kind,
And is like
and
protecting
not-
them.
right? Some sort of
Yeah,
maybe
just
protecting
know.
element that's like now been all set into whatever's going on because of the militia arriving, and one of them, in fact, is our evildoer. But I don't know. Who knows? Very intrigued.
Very intriguing.
Mhm.
Yeah.
I forgot to ask, but did we recognize the body we found at all?
No.
Or was it just a
It was just like
okay.
a young
Yeah. A
woman.
beautiful young woman. So.
It's always the women.
got it,
No,
Fridge
the
'em.
husband.
You got it.
Husband was first.
Husband was first. It's true.
True.
Mm-hmm.
So I guess we'll play next week. Continue. Everybody's free.
All
Yeah.
good.
Yeah, sounds great.
The story continues.
Dun dun dun.
Next time on
Vaesen with Omega.
Yeah.
Cue Dragon Ball Z announcer.
I guess you guys say Vaesen, but I'm Canadian, so it's Vaesen. Maybe. Yeah.
Is that what I'm supposed to say too?
Yeah.
I think Vaesen is technically the Scandinavian pronunciation because that's what that the AE letter smashed together makes that sound.
Yeah.
I'm not sure. I have to try to get I was gonna try to do Pittsburghese, but I've been doing weird accents too long. I can't get into my native peoples.
Yeah.
But it's atrocious. So
The only non-British European
Hey.
accent I can do is Drabikovsky's. And she was
kind of like
Russian.
Eastern- Yeah. Mhm.
She was like generic Eastern European.
love generic Eastern European.
I
Well,
know, right? It's genuinely great.
That that one guy seems to like our post-game talks. eh?
Yeah.
Oh, who is it?
Yeah.
Hey, you know.
I posted his comment there.
Yeah.
In our Discord,
Oh.
channel, we do look at people's comments, and
Yeah.
it fills our hearts with joy. At least mine. I can't speak for everyone, but
Yeah.
we love hearing from people.
One of us. Yeah.
Oh,
Yes. Wait, is he in the chat right now, or is he actually on our
He
Discord?
posted
I think
on,
it was on YouTube.
last
He was on our
episode on YouTube.
Oh.
Oh, on
Yeah.
on YouTube. Oh, lovely. Yeah. Yes. Continue interacting with us. We love that shit.
Yeah. Fun.
I
You know-
live for validation.
I live for validation.
Love me, internet.
No, we're not screaming into the void.
Yeah.
Right.
Doing weird accents and pretending to be other people.
Exactly.
Mhm.
That's the
I-
real key.
I'd say pretending to know how to shoot a rifle, but I do know how to shoot a rifle. I
There
am
you
from
go.
the South.
Sorry.
Not
It's the American.
Well,
too bad you couldn't get any silver bullets. One
Well,
jail bullet.
Yeah.
that would have been nice. That would have been nice. Although, with all the effort we put in, inevitably you would have missed. So, like,
Yeah, we
maybe
put
it's better
the
not to
least.
have that.
You put the least, like, well, I don't know how charismatic you are, but you put the least charismatic person in charge of doing something requiring charisma in the form of
I feel
Petra.
like it's a great opportunity to make a country girls make dude joke, so
And not having good
Look.
dice does not stop Jorgen from crushing it.
oh yeah, right?
Hey,
Jurgen is
You ever
Jurgen is a
failed to roll?
delight.
Which one? Yeah, he rolled.
Yeah,
Yeah, he
did.
rolls.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Oh yeah.
I failed my
Alright.
manipulation.
Okay. That's true. That's true. I stand corrected.
Well, that's okay. We can remember it otherwise.
Yeah.
Would you look at that?
It just works
Maple's-
narratively, so you know.
And would you look at that? Maple the kitten has finally decided to take a fucking chill pill.
Well, yeah, it's time to go to bed.
Yeah.
Like, yeah, okay. Work is done.
Yeah.
Well, I got a busy week. I got Twilight 2000 Saturday. And there's supposed to be a mothership I'm doing for another channel Monday.
Which
they do a
channel?
special
Yeah, let
event.
us know.
I'm gonna stream it my channel, but I'm doing it
Oh, okay.
for another guy's
okay.
Discord. But he has like a special. His name's Curses. He's got his own Discord, like of hundreds of people that role play, and he just
Oh, nice.
organizes everything and sets it up. It's one of those big role play channels.
That's right.
but got nobody signed up for it yet, which I
Oh,
don't
no.
mind actually. If I don't have to
I
do
was-
it, I
yeah.
don't have to do it.
Mhm.
But
When is it?
It's
Supposed to be
next
Monday.
Monday, Mothership.
Monday.
If people sign
Monday.
up for it, a lot of people don't want to stream, right? So
Yeah.
kind of afraid
Oh,
to
that's-
sign up.
Well, Mothership was my roots on this channel, so if you can't get anybody, hit me up.
Okay.
It's good
I can't
time.
believe, oh my god, how long has it been?
Like 2 years, I think.
For you?
Yeah.
For Epsilon. Maybe
Yeah.
like,
I think February the year before, around that.
yeah,
time.
that's what I was
Wow.
thinking.
Oh
Mhm.
damn.
Yeah,
I was gonna
something
say,
like
it's
that.
been a hot minute since I started streaming with this channel.
Yeah.
It's
Yeah.
been a lovely
Stop.
time.
Yeah, I can't.
And it was the Ravenloft one
Yeah.
that I converted for Mothership.
Yeah, that
You
was
did with
that one was
Plate.
whack as hell. That
That's
was whack as
interesting.
hell.
Yeah,
it
that
was
was.
just me trying to wrangle him the entire time, honestly.
I feel like Ravenloft to Mothership is a fascinating conversion. I'd be
Yeah.
really curious to
Honestly,
hear.
I'm also like doing the mental math. Like,
Yeah.
Yeah.
Go
It
watch
worked-
it.
and
Go
it worked
watch.
out. It worked
Guess
out
so,
perfect. Like especially
Yeah?
the ending worked out perfect. I didn't know it was gonna work out like that. It's unbelievable.
Did you? Were you uploading to YouTube at the time? I really might go watch
Yeah.
that. I'm very
It's
intrigued.
there.
All right.
It's
Hey,
it's a dark
chat.
minstrel. They land on a planet and they're trapped in this house. And
Ooh.
they can't get out of the house. And they gotta find clues. They're trapped in a room in the house. They gotta find clues to be able to
And
get out.
It's an escape room. That's
and there's a
great.
minstrel in there. And they could talk to
Man.
him and he plays piano and it's a good one.
That's-
He was kind of creepy.
It's one of my favorites,
It
actually.
was
Well,
It was the
That's
origins
awesome.
of Cleo. I talk about Cleo a lot, the scientist that had a higher kill count than the Marine. I'm,
yeah, this is a sign. Everyone in chat, everyone watching this
Yeah.
later on YouTube or watching
Find that bad boy.
the VOD on Twitch later, go look it up. Dark Minstrel, way back when,
like
In
a
the
year
before
ago.
times.
like a year ago.
Okay.
The
In
before
the before times?
yesteryear, as the minstrel
Before
himself
me, so for me, that's before times.
Yeah.
Ah, there we go. Yeah, the
Yeah.
before times.
I'm still in Jorgen mindset, so very self-centered.
I was gonna say, bruh, before what?
But Jorgen doesn't put himself first. He puts himself third.
That's
Athena.
Cue rap horn.
Yeah.
Athena.
Well played.
You're
Well
gonna make
played.
me,
Yeah.
you're gonna make me dislocate my finger again, shaking my hand in disappointment.
One
I'll
more
make you
thing
just-
about the Dark Minstrel, you'll find out at the end exactly how that works for sci-fi.
Hmm.
Okay.
All right.
Also,
I believe
it's a fun little bit of culture shock for an AI scientist, a computer scientist basically, and a Marine, handle being in a Ravenloft area.
For Twitch open?
I feel like that has to happen sometimes. Like you're in like a adventure / like maybe like fantasy leaning sci-fi, and then suddenly you just land on the horror planet. Complete genre change.
Love a good genre shock. No, that's awesome. That sounds great. I just posted it in the Discord chat for those of us that
Oh, cool.
have not experienced it.
Thanks.
Oh,
Yeah.
Okay, guys. I think that was fun. Nice,
great.
perfect
That was fantastic.
session.
Mhm.
Okay.
Yeah, we got to see a lot of new talents. Good stuff.
mhm.
Yeah, really
Good times.
Vaesen's great game for sure.
Yeah.
Good stuff.
Okay, everybody. We'll see you Saturday night, but next Tuesday we'll see you for the continuation of this scenario. Bye-bye, everybody. Good night.